Aloha, friends, and welcome back to Mythology Minis. Today's tale comes from the islands of Polynesia, where the ocean sparkles, the mountains rise like giants, and legends are alive with courage and clever ideas. Our hero is Maui, clever, bold, and always ready to help his people. And in this story, he takes on a challenge so big, so bright, and so blazing hot that most people wouldn't even think about trying it. Let's begin the tale of how Maui snared the sun. Long ago, the people of the islands had a problem that made life very difficult. The sun moved across the sky far too quickly. It zipped from sunrise to sunset like it was late for something important. People complained all day long. One fisherman grumbled that he barely had time to cast his nets before the sun disappeared. A farmer sighed that his crops weren't growing because the daylight vanished too soon. A weaver shook her head and said she couldn't finish even one mat before darkness fell. Everywhere Maui went, he heard people saying things like, "How can we live like this?" And "If only the sun would slow down." Maui listened carefully. He didn't like seeing his people struggle. And one day, he said to himself, "If the sun won't slow down on its own, then I'll just have to make it slow down." Maui went to his mother, Hina, who was busy pounding kapa cloth. He told her, "Mother, the people need more daylight. I'm going to catch the sun." Hina looked at him with wide eyes and said, "My son, the sun is powerful. Its heat can scorch mountains. Why would you try something so dangerous?" Maui answered, "Because someone has to. And I believe I can." Hina sighed, but she saw the determination in her son's eyes. She said, "If you are truly set on this, then you will need rope stronger than anything ever woven." Together they gathered the toughest plant fibers. As they worked, Hina told him, "Twist them tightly, Maui. The sun will fight you." Maui nodded and said, "Then I'll make the ropes strong enough to fight back." He braided and twisted for days, weaving ropes thick as tree trunks. When he finished, he held them up proudly and said, "These will hold." Maui gathered his brothers and explained his plan. They stared at him with their mouths open. One brother said, "You want to do what?" Another added, "Maui, the sun is huge." A third whispered, "And very, very hot." Maui simply said, "I know, but I need your help." After a long pause, the brothers agreed. One said, "If you're brave enough to try, we're brave enough to follow." Their journey was long. As they climbed mountains, one brother groaned, "My legs feel like jelly." As they crossed lava fields, another said, "My feet are cooking." Maui encouraged them, saying, "We're close. Keep going." Finally, they reached the edge of the world, the place where the sun rose each morning. The brothers stared at the glowing pit and whispered, "This is it." Maui told his brothers, "Tie the ropes around those boulders. Make the knots tight. The sun will pull harder than anything you've ever seen." The brothers worked quickly. One said, "These rocks are huge." Another muttered, "I hope they're heavy enough." Maui checked every knot and said, "When the sun rises, pull with all your strength. Don't let go." His brothers nodded nervously. One whispered, "I really hope this works." Dawn approached. The sky glowed brighter and brighter. Maui whispered, "Get ready." Suddenly, the sun burst upward in a blaze of gold. It roared across the sky, shouting, "I rise. I shine. I move swiftly." Maui leaped from his hiding place and threw the rope. As it looped around the sun, he shouted, "I've got you." The sun jerked violently, yelling, "Who dares hold me back?" Maui dug his heels into the ground. His brothers pulled with all their might. One shouted, "Hold on, Maui." Another cried, "Don't let go." The sun thrashed and blazed hotter. Maui felt the heat on his skin but refused to release the rope. He shouted, "Slow down. The people need more daylight." The sun struggled until it grew tired. Its voice softened as it said, "Why have you trapped me?" Maui answered, "Because you race across the sky too quickly. The people cannot live like this." The sun grumbled, "I have always moved fast." Maui replied, "Then it's time to change." There was a long silence. Finally, the sun sighed and said, "Very well. I will slow my journey. I will give the people longer days." Maui loosened the ropes and said, "Thank you. This will help everyone." The sun rose gently into the sky, moving slower than ever before. When Maui and his brothers returned home, the people cheered. One farmer said, "My crops are growing." A fisherman laughed, "I can fill my nets again." A weaver smiled, saying, "I finished 3 mats today." Hina hugged Maui and told him, "You have done a great thing, my son." Maui smiled and said, "I only did what needed to be done." And that, friends, is how Maui snared the sun, with courage, clever thinking, and ropes strong enough to hold a star. If you enjoyed this story, tap the like button, subscribe for more adventures, and tell us which legend you want to hear next. Until next time, aloha.